friends, and welcome to My Chemical Fancast. I'm Kat,
And I'm Haley.
and this is a podcast dedicated to all things My Chemical Romance. What's up? It's been a while.
Yeah,
Hello.
long time no see.
I might sound different this time because my main mic broke, and I'm using a work headset, which is fun for me,
We're all on the struggle bus here.
that we got for Zoom calls. Have you been on Zoom? Because we've been on Zoom.
Yeah.
We've been all over Zoom. But yeah, how you doing? We didn't necessarily take a break. We just subbed doing an episode with doing a trivia game, which was wild. If you came to the trivia game, thank you. What a wild
blast.
time. That was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, it's just like, oh my God. It was like 200 people in one Zoom call, and that's just more people than should ever be in a single Zoom call. But it worked out, and it was super fun. And thanks for participating. It was great.
Yeah.
And the winner picked a really good charity to have their prize go to. They asked for their $100 to be donated to Trans Lifeline, and that was dope. So it was fun.
Yeah.
And then people made too much of a big deal out of it. Alt press.
Oh my God.
We could have chilled.
We could have been so chill.
It could have been so chill. I don't know what happened that day. It just, everything exploded in front of my face.
This is the time they choose to notice us, when we're like, please don't.
Please stop. Please, there's a limit. There's a physical limit.
Yeah.
On the number of people we can do, and it already took so long.
It's not just us being unwilling to take on more people. There's a physical room limit.
Yeah, and then we took on the maximum, because you can't have more people. You can't have more than 200 people in breakout rooms. So, and you can't have more than 50 rooms, and we had 46 rooms.
Yeah.
So we took on the maximum amount that we could, and it took ages to get it sorted out.
Yep.
But then it worked.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, it was a really good time. So that was really fun. Thanks to everyone who came to that. We appreciate it.
We've had a lot of questions about, is there going to be another one?
No. Unless Zoom innovates their product, or we can figure out a different setup for it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, because the whole thing with sorting people into the rooms was just so long.
Well, we could do a smaller one.
We could do a smaller one. That'd be fine. But we wouldn't do it in the format that we did it before.
Yeah. For sure.
We have to figure something else out. And also, if you want us to keep donating money, we're going to need some more money.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate thing, though. But yeah, in the meantime, we should start with MCR news. As we know, there's nothing except for heartbreak in that all of the UK shows were rescheduled.
Yeah, and it's likely that the US tour will be postponed or canceled as well.
I'm still holding on to the dumbest shred of hope.
No.
The dumbest shred of hope. I don't know, man.
I think it's time to just let it go, because it'll happen next year, and I know it's sad, but and nothing has been officially said yet, but I think with the way things are going and the way that there's going to be a second wave in the fall.
I know. The only reason I hold on to a shred of hope for the US is just because the US has decided that it doesn't care,
Well,
the US has somehow decided we're tired of it and it's over.
I'm tired of it, and I'm annoyed with the virus, so it's over, I've declared.
It's done. I don't know. It's very unlikely that it'll happen in the US. The future is just very uncertain, and I haven't bought a ticket to Chicago yet for Riot Fest, because if in the magical future where somehow the stadium shows don't get canceled, there's no way that the festivals stay on, right?
No, because people get sick at festivals at the best of times. So
yeah, there's no way, if somehow we manage to keep stadium shows, that we're also gonna keep dirty festivals. There's no way.
Or
there's no way.
If they do stay on, they're gonna have to fucking up their bathroom situation, because it is always a hot mess.
I mean, what else do you expect? But yeah,
have a fucking hand washing station.
I know they always have the hand sanitizer things, and they always run out
Yeah,
like
there's
day
never any
one.
hand sanitizer left.
There's
Also, hand
never
sanitizer
enough.
isn't going to do the job. Like, my
And like,
hands still have dirt on them.
oh yeah, when it's actual dirt, yeah.
Yeah.
You just accept the dirt into your skin.
Ugh.
Oh God. So yeah, nothing great in the way of My Chem news, except that Mikey is doing, what is it? Is it a comic or like
He's,
of Electric Century?
yeah, no, he's doing a comic and he's doing another album with Electric Sanctuary. And I didn't get a chance to read the entire Kerrang article, but it sounded like he wants to do something along the lines of like Gorillaz, like there's a fake band.
I would like that. I like a good
Yeah,
fake band.
I love a fake band.
Yeah. I'm always here for that. Well, I think that's all we have to say on that for the moment. So today is another patron episode. Our patron Charlie submitted her request.
So Charlie's request, she messaged us and said, I realized I never made my mini-ep suggestion. I finally have one. Please discuss the pop culture's use of MCR songs and the appearances in movies, shows, and references, favorites, worst use, most surprising, weirdest find. Charlie says that hers are Destroya and Teen Wolf, and the worst use is Sing in Glee. She said the most surprising was House of Wolves in a shoot 'em up TV spot, and weirdest but still cherished is Na 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 in Simlish.
Oh, that one's pretty excellent.
That one is fantastic.
It's fantastic. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna talk about. Let's start with the Teen Wolf one because I have never really watched Teen Wolf, and so I looked up the episode to see what it was. I think they've used 2 MCR songs in Teen Wolf, but I looked at the one that was Destroya in season 1 because I was so amazed that someone had used Destroya in something. What a bold move!
Yeah, I know.
So it's like it's in season 1, episode 3 of Teen Wolf. I don't know the plot of Teen Wolf, okay? I don't know the characters. I know that someone's a wolf and it seems like they're teenagers, and that's all I know about Teen Wolf. But the song occurs near the end of the episode where like 2 people who are teens, one is definitely a wolf, the other one may or may not be a wolf, are like getting in a fight in an abandoned house. And so Destroya plays during this fight scene.
Wow.
It's kind of weird. Like I get that the tempo is good for the fight scene, but lyrically it's kind of weird.
Yeah, subject-wise, that's not a great choice.
It's kind of weird lyrically because like the fight is like they're mad at each other and they're fighting, and then the lyrics are about like saying fuck you to the world, and I don't know. It seemed a little odd to me, but I was very impressed that they chose Destroya because like I really appreciate that bold choice.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to choose an MCR song, that's usually not something that people would choose.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Yeah, I respect it.
There's one MCR fan on the team that was like, listen, guys, I know the song we can use here.
Oh my gosh. They also had a song on Mad TV.
Oh.
Where I think they spoofed the Black Parade and did the Black Tirade instead.
Oh my.
But I haven't been able to find a video of that, so I don't know what that is. I'm intrigued, but I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I'm sure there were probably a lot of like skits either poking fun at or like involving like the emo scene or whatever in the mid 2000s. That probably used a couple MCR references.
Yeah. Let me tell you about so here's the thing. You can go on IMDb, search My Chemical Romance, and you'll find like a list of everything that they've had a song featured in. If you go on IMDb and you go to the tab that says Music Department under My Chem, you get 2 entries. You get Gran Turismo 5, a song for the video game, and then you get Bruce Almighty, performers uncredited. This Bruce Almighty came out in 2003.
What?
Okay. And I know I scoured the internet. I scoured it trying to find out what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if this is a mistake or if it's like a deep, dark secret. I have to know more about it.
It is a mistake, but I really just want to imagine like Ray Toro like at a job that he hates.
Yeah.
being like, I'm fucking working on movie soundtracks. I hate this bullshit.
I know. I was like, are they background performers or something? Did they just like appear as like, like a local band? And like, I don't know. But I want to know. Like, Bruce Almighty has some original soundtrack pieces, but they're like orchestral, pieces. So they're probably not in that. And then it also has a part of the soundtrack which is like actual songs.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're on that soundtrack, but like,
no. I mean, they're not, but
I just, how?
why is it on there? Who put that there?
I don't know.
Is there
like, why is it here?
Is there a way for us to see like who edited that? Like you can see who edited a wiki page?
I don't think so, but I gotta know.
That's hilarious.
It's gonna eat me up until I know the actual answer.
Oh man. That's really good. I think so in talking about in movie soundtracks, I think probably where a lot of people first heard them was their song in the end credits of House of Wax.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought up House of Wax. It's maybe my favorite.
I think that's
appearance.
Yeah, that's one of my. I have a favorite, but that might be like my second favorite feature of theirs.
It's just so iconic.
Yeah, I remember watching House of Wax just to get to the end credit scene, so I could hear the song. I didn't want to just skip forward and hear it. I needed to go through the whole experience and have that be like a reward.
Oh my gosh!
At the end of it,
it's Helena, right? Helena and I Never Told You.
Yes.
Yeah, the reason this is maybe my favorite, it's at least a very top-ranking one for me, is because what a cultural moment, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, we're talking 2005.
We're talking Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton. Like, this is the perfect encapsulation of the year of 2005, I think. Personally.
It's really good.
That you get this like cheesy horror movie, which is also an incredible horror movie, with Paris Hilton. And of course it gets like a ton of press because Paris is in it and everyone hates it because Paris is in it. It's just like very campy, and then you get fucking Helena at the end of it. Like, this is absolutely the perfect definition of the early 2000s if anyone wants to know what that was like to live in.
Yeah, that was it. In a nutshell.
That was it. Like, it's sublime, honestly. Like,
sublime.
I just don't have like a language to describe what a beautiful combination that is. I can only say it's sublime. Like, it's beyond a level of perfection to where I'm shocked that human beings put it together,
It does work really well.
Yeah.
It works well with the end of the movie. It's like I for some reason I very vividly remember the feeling that I got when I heard this come on after watching that movie. And it was like having like a wave wash over you. It was it was like the most refreshing like like a light shower in April on a sunny day or something. It was amazing. It was just the best thing that I'd ever felt at that point in my life. And I'm sad that we'll never have another end credit song of that caliber ever again.
Right? Like, it's again the boldness of the boldness of choosing Helena. Like,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I think my number one favorite feature in pop culture is their cover of Astro Zombies in Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Yes.
Playing that game, and it's just like you have that playing in the background along with like many other songs, obviously, but it's just so atmospheric, and there's not many times where like I'm listening to MCR and they're like a background thing for me. Like they're not the main focus of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of those times where it was just like I'm bopping along to it, and it doesn't take up my entire mind when I'm listening to it. I'm just skateboarding.
Just skateboarding,
I'm just
man.
fucking skateboarding, listening to Astro Zombies.
And that's such a good cover of Astro Zombies.
It is.
Like Gerard really hits it with his vocalizations. Like
he does. It's perfect.
He's on the money. That soundtrack for American Wasteland is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it slaps.
It's fantastic. We have to talk about the Taking Back Sunday Suburban Home cover. That's also fantastic. And the Census Fail Institutionalized cover.
Yeah.
This is an amazing soundtrack. Like,
yeah, it was like basically at that time, it was like if you wanted to get into that scene, here's a soundtrack to like introduce you to all the bands you need to know.
Honestly, yeah. Like if this was, I don't know if it was ever on a disc. It's probably too many songs to be on a disc. But like this lineup, like we're talking Alkaline Trio, and then you got old school Bad Religion, Black Flag, Circle Jerks. You got some Fall Out Boy on there. Yep. Green Day, Saves the Day.
Yeah, it's fucking everybody.
Everyone. Thrice. Like, wow. Wow. An incredible soundtrack. Another good one, obviously, is Desolation Row.
Oh, yeah.
And Watchmen. Like, obviously it's fantastic because it obviously comes with a great video.
The video.
Oh, boy. I mean, exhausted. Na 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 has been used in a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's very popular.
Good for them.
It's been used in Premium Rush.
Yeah, Premium Rush, American Reunion.
Premium Rush is very appropriate for it. It's about driving fast.
Hell yeah.
Something called the Hellcats also use Na Na Na.
Sure. There's a lot of stuff.
It's about cheerleading.
What?
I know. Oh my gosh. Should we talk about the worst instances?
Yeah.
Well,
well,
I mean, really? Okay, hold on. Before we get to the worst one, I know that MCR has a very close relationship with Transformers because Mikey has been in Transformers.
Yeah.
But there was a My Chem song used in I think the end credits for Transformers, The Only Hope. And
the movie is different from the cartoons, though, so that's,
Yeah. And the movies are really bad.
I think we can drag the movies a little bit. They're not really involved with that.
Yeah, like it's not a good thing that Transformers is on this list. But of course the worst one.
It's Glee.
It's Glee. It's really bad.
What's with the lumberjack outfits?
It's just really bad. Like, I watched it not too long ago, their cover of it, and I hate it so much.
Why did you watch that?
I don't know if I'd ever watched it the whole way through before. And yeah, good question. What the fuck is up with the lumberjack outfits? Like, why are they all dressed in this plaid? And like, it just highlights all the things I don't like about Sing.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. It did spark the Glenn Beck controversy, though, which was
It did,
gold.
Which was a gift that keeps on giving.
This is propaganda.
It was also weird to see Lea Michele, like, to see them sing that bridge part.
Oh, boy.
Cleaned up corporation progress, dying in the process. Children that can talk.
Corporation progress, dying in the process.
Yeah.
Children that can talk about it, living in the railways, people moving sideways. Sell it to your last days. Buy yourself the motivation generation. Nothing.
Like, it just seemed so, it's like it makes sense for the band, but it doesn't make sense for the show.
No, because they're perpetuating the corporate process that they're talking about.
Yeah, and so it's just like this odd dichotomy of like this honestly terrible song.
It's a lack of self-awareness to use that song, to be honest.
Yeah, just like this weird inspirational song. They're trying to do this inspirational performance, and then they sing this counterculture bridge, and it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it's not. The vibes are not great there. I used to be really into Glee because I'm a theater kid, and that's just what you do. I watched this episode air live, like when it first aired.
Hmm.
I was there for that, and I was also in the fandom when, like the MCR fandom, when it happened, and everyone was so confused.
Yeah.
Like literally everyone was like, "What the fuck just happened? Did fucking what's her name? Sue or Sue something?
Sue?
Sue Sylvester?
Yeah.
She talked about fucking the drummer? She talked about fucking Bob? Like
This is rough.
huh?
I don't know what to do with this.
The whole thing was a mess. The whole episode was a mess.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know. And it was also, is Glee still on, by the way? Is it still running?
No, I don't think so.
Thank God, because it was also like just suddenly in in our culture, like every song was on Glee.
Yeah,
It was
no,
almost
it's not
like
happening anymore.
it was almost like a sign, like, oh, your song is big. It's gonna be on Glee, you know?
Yeah. Yep, just waiting for the Glee cover. There was at some point I stopped watching it, I don't know when, late 2000s, but there was a point, I guess, when Rachel was having Blaine and Kurt's surrogate child in the year, and she was like graduating from college or something like that, and the year was 2020.
Oh my
Or I
God.
think she was supposed to win a Tony or something in that year. And the year is 2020. And so lo and behold, Leah Michelle, who played Rachel in the show, is pregnant. And it's 2020. And the Tonys aren't happening this year, so she can't win a Tony. But
Yeah, like amazing. Like you wouldn't really be graduating. Right?
anyway, not that that's like applicable to our conversation and all, but that
It's funny. It's funny.
I just remember reading it and I was like, are you fucking serious? This is so weird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Glee is the top number one unfortunate circumstance. I do
Bad
want to
shit.
mention, like, it's weird that like My Chem, well, it's not weird because of everything that we've talked about before, but like, My Chem was so popular and you almost would expect their songs to be used more. Like Fall Out
Mhm.
Boy has a ton of credits. Like
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy has 112 soundtrack credits and MCR is 42.
Mm.
Now, I don't know how much of this is like new Fall Out Boy, like, because a lot of their
Yeah.
new songs are poppier and sort of better to use. I mean, I'm not surprised because one, My Chemical Romance is so polarizing, and two, a lot of their songs aren't generic enough, maybe.
Yeah, they're not as radio friendly.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think, like, I Don't Love You, I'm Not Okay, I could see in like a teen movie, Na 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 is obviously like a great song for like any driving scene or like peppy scene. I don't know, Summertime might be. I don't know. That might be also be, it could be in the background of something,
Yeah.
Just a nice bubbly background song.
Right.
But yeah.
I don't know. I think that MCR has more say in whether or not their songs get used than you think, though, because
True.
I think that's part of the reason why they're not in a lot of like soundtracks, because they were probably really picky about where their songs were used, because obviously in a campy horror movie they would love for their songs to be used in that, but for them to be in like say a Twilight end credit scene, no.
Yeah. Their latest credit is for a TV show called Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. And here's the synopsis. The owner of a successful video game design company and his troubled staff struggle to keep their hit game Mythic Quest on top, which is very MCR.
That sounds right. See, listen, they
And
have
also,
to
I really
believe
want
in
to
the
watch
project.
this. I really want to watch this.
Yeah.
It looks great. Yeah, so they probably do have some say, for sure.
Well, I think we should probably briefly touch on Man with the Iron Fists.
Yes, yeah.
That Hell Hath No Fury
The one
feature.
that never was.
Yeah,
which
the one
I
that could have been.
Desperately wish it existed.
Apparently there's like an instrumental version.
There
Or, like-
is. Yeah.
I remember listening to that. So I don't know if it's real or not because, like, instrumental, you can't tell. So I don't know, but that could have been. It could have been somebody.
Could have been a
Could have been a
contender.
contender.
But to explain, yes, The Man with the Iron Fists. No, it's written by RZA. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, The Man with the Iron Fists was a movie that's going to come out in 2012, and I believe MCR was going to do an original song for the credits. I don't know if it was a cover or an original song, but I think it's original. It's kind of unclear because it never happened. I think
Yeah.
they either recorded it or they recorded part of it, and then for some reason it didn't get used. However, there is an instrumental that appears, I think, in the end credits, and I think that instrumental is this song essentially,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not finished and it doesn't have Gerard's vocals on it.
Yeah.
But what a bummer, because we could have had a new MCR song.
Yeah.
Like, it was happening.
That could have been great. There's, of course,
Go
Yo
ahead.
Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, Yo Gabba Gabba. A good fun time.
Yeah.
Emo motherfuckers have snowflake fun. And then I also want to mention that Sister to Sleep
Oh, yeah.
was it supposed to be on Freddy vs. Jason? Was that it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like back in the day, they were tapped to do a song for Freddy vs. Jason. And I don't know what happened to that either. I think, someone changed their mind somewhere along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what, if you ever hear Sister to Sleep on YouTube, that song was meant to be in that movie, which would have been dope.
Yeah.
But alas. Instead, they did maybe something on Bruce Almighty. Who knows? Who knows?
I can't.
I don't know.
That's killing me.
I gotta know the story behind this credit.
You're killing me, Smalls. I can't deal with that. I can't do it.
It
says
I have a lot of
performers
questions.
uncredited, though.
I have a lot of questions.
So there's literally no way to trace it, like if it's uncredited.
Oh. Well, they would know if we asked.
This is okay then, at Gerard.
This is my number one question for them out of anything else we talked about.
That's your number one?
My number one question is, did you guys do something with Bruce Almighty in 2003? Wow. I have to know.
Wow.
Because imagine if they did. Right?
Like, why, first of all?
Well, it was season 3, okay? Like, they needed money. I don't know. Maybe they knew someone, but like... Imagine this entire time we've been watching Bruce Almighty, which of course, is our favorite film. And we've been listening to My Kevin, a part of it, and we haven't known.
Wow. Oh, man. Ever present,
Ever present, as is God. Omnipresent. The main takeaway from the movie.
It is. It should be. Wow. Wow, maybe Bruce Almighty helped their career take off.
Maybe.
Jim Carrey was like, listen, I know a really great fucking band now. I'm gonna launch your careers.
Oh my gosh. I think that's sort of the main things to say about MCR features in pop culture.
Yeah, they haven't had a ton. So we can safely say that Na 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 and Simlish is number one.
Oh yeah. I agree
easily.
with that.
My favorite thing is that it was re-recorded. Like, he had to go in a booth and...
Yes, he had to do the lyrics.
He had to, like, slub, gibbid, slub. Dabba demons, and he would just had to do all the nonsense lyrics, like, over.
Oh my gosh.
You know, there are some videos of people doing that in the booth, like other artists, like Katy Perry. There's a video of her doing that in the booth.
I would love to see it done
I
in a
would
booth.
love to see.
Would love it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the crossover of the century. Exactly what we needed in the world.
Yep.
Yes, Charlie was right when she wrote in, singing Glee is the worst, and Simlish Na 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 is the best. Yes, correct.
Yeah, you're right.
This is the correct
Absolutely.
ranking. We agree. Thank you for sending in your request, Charlie. It was fun to talk about this. Fun to discover that MCR had a starring role in Bruce Almighty.
Who knew?
Who knew? Oh man. And now we are going to go into some fanecdotes. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Our first one is from Freddie, aka le.lost on Instagram. They say, so my story with My Chem starts in February of 2019. By jumping over a fence, I could have easily walked around and injuring my knee so bad it needed 2 surgeries. Now, after that first surgery, I had a lot of time being in bed and not doing anything. And because a friend of mine had tried to get me into 21 Pilots before, I quickly went down the rabbit hole of watching alternative/emo music on YouTube. Then the first Saturday after the surgery, the pains were really bad, and I decided to go on Instagram and look for some emo artists. That's where Happy Humbug and Vested Lester come into the picture. Because who would be streaming later that day, drawing MCR doing shit in a thrift store and taking viewer suggestions? The way they talked about the band and the music as well as Death Wish, their fan comic, and just their relationship as friends who live on opposite sides of the globe interested me. It's kind of stupid, but I might have a fan page about those gals and Death Wish. I also met my best internet friends on one of their live streams. We are the Danger Gays, awesome killjoys with a shitty group chat name, living in a bus, and being terribly edgy. Anyways, my dad always being a huge Queen fan, and me being an angsty teen, MCR's music was right up my alley. They made me meet great fans, connect with creators I really adore, and made me find my first love and experience my first heartbreak. I also saw the Future Violence when they played in my area, and I got to hug Tucker, which was great. They did a kiss match, but I'm going to say great. I'm sorry this is kind of long. Your podcast is great and it was great company on a skiing trip my family went to in which I could not ski because of my kind of fucked up knee. I can't wait to hear more. With love, Freddie.
Wow. It seems like surgeries have the downtime after a surgery has a profound impact on some people.
Yeah. You just got time, you know?
That's where we're at now. So maybe now we'll have a profound impact.
We're birthing new My Chem fans, or coronavirus is birthing new My Chem fans.
Wow.
Birthing.
Mother COVID. The next fanecdote is from M. Cruz. So M. Cruz says, hey, I thought I'd share my experience meeting Frank and the Future Violence, minus Kaylee, for the first time in 2019 at the Hollywood Palladium. I paid for one of the VIP meet and greet packages to listen to Barriers before its release. Frank greeted us on the bus and personally shook all of our hands. After the playthrough, he gave everyone signed set lists. Well, everyone except for me, because they miscounted the amount of people in our group twice. I was the last in line to take a picture with them, so they didn't notice until it was my turn. Frank realized almost immediately, and Carly, his friend and coworker, rushed to print a copy for me. In the meantime, they all signed the giant Frank cross I painted on the back of my jacket, and we talked about my other patches, one of which was a hand-stitched bird patch that my grandma made for me. Y'all should have seen their faces when I told them that. It was the most wholesome moment of my life seeing them collectively awe. They also gave me one of their pics and made some dad jokes that went over my head at the time because I had an awful migraine. I think we talked for like 10 minutes because they had to rush off for a show, but they're just the raddest dudes, and I wish I could just hang out with them again. I've included some pictures from that day below. P.S. My Killjoy name is Midnight Overkill. Thanks for listening, and keep it filthy. That's a really good Killjoy name.
Midnight Overkill is really good. That's really great. And that's like a little bit out of the box.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very nice.
Oh man. Wow. Incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sending in your fanecdotes. Wow, it's been so long since we've done this. I feel like I've almost forgotten the format of our show. Remember that we have a show? It's weird.
Very strange.
Oh my god. Well, I think it's time for the fun part. Haley.
Yeah.
what's your song of the week?
My song of the week. All right. I've been listening to Broadway exclusively. I'm just going to put it out there.
All right.
All I've been listening to is Broadway. I've been getting into new Broadway shows. I've been watching bootleg Broadways on YouTube. So one of them that I got into was Beetlejuice. My song is not from Beetlejuice, but the guy who plays Beetlejuice is Alex Brightman. I love Alex Brightman. So this led me to watch School of Rock, the musical in which Alex Brightman plays Dewey Finn. So my song of the week is You're in the Band from Broadway musical, The School of Rock.
You, Zach, you ever play electric guitar?
No, my dad won't let me.
Oh, really?
He thinks it's a waste of time.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's waste that time together, shall we? Take a hold of your axe and try to pluck out this riff. That's good. That's good. Now let your shoulders relax. You don't want to be so stiff. Already better. Yeah!
Wow.
It's a good fucking song.
Yeah. I've never seen the musical, but
Oh, man.
School of Rock is one of those movies. There are a few movies that I remember watching as a child and really, really enjoying, and then discovering that people didn't like them. And so I was like, I thought that my opinion must be wrong. And School of Rock was one of those where I remember watching it as a kid and loving it.
Yeah.
And then like the critical reception at the time was like, oh, this is lame. But like, actually, it's awesome.
No, that movie's fucking rad.
Yeah, don't listen to people's opinions about your favorite things. My song of the week, I've been listening. So I went through a long period of not really listening to music during this pandemic, and I think I'm just starting to like get back into it by having it on while I'm doing other things. I think that helps me listen. I think since the time that we've last recorded, Fiona Apple obviously has her fantastic album that was dropped. But I've also finally gotten the stamina to listen to the new Homeless Gospel Choir album.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really, really good. Like, it's really good. So my song of the week is Don't Compare by the Homeless Gospel Choir.
I'm fed up by this analog Twitter feed. If I unfollow you, will you forget all about me? Like making art with a paintbrush and all the strokes that go unnoticed. Or when your friends pretend you're joking, even though they know that your heart is broken. Don't you dare compare yourself to anyone but you.
It's just a really great song. Like, I don't know how he's so good at like making making punk songs, but
Yeah.
he is.
He is.
He's like so good at doing like heartfelt, folk punk songs,
Yeah.
And this is one of those where it's just like very wholesome, and I don't know why sometimes there are messages that you hear all the time, like, don't compare yourself to other people, and you're like, yeah, but like, you still do. This song, like, somehow sometimes those things are packaged better in different media, and I don't know why that is, but I think this song is like the most effective packaging of that idea that I've encountered this far.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy it.
That's awesome.
All right. I think now it's time to thank our patrons.
Oh, boy.
Strap in. It's time to thank our patrons. As you know, we have a Patreon. You can find it at patreon.com/chemicalfancast. If you become a patron at $2 or more a month, you'll get your name on this very long list. And I'll read your name every single episode.
Gets longer every day.
Every episode I'll read it, and to varying degrees of success, but it will get read. In all honesty, we do appreciate you. Like, the whole reason that our trivia game was able to happen is because of Patreon money. Like, that we had money that we could afford to give away. So we do really appreciate you. And this is a very sincere thank you to Tim Malpass, Vienna Langton, Gabby Dauber, The Boy Phantom, my mom, Tarla Mantia, Jareth McGregor, Katie Kelly, Melissa Contreras, Phil Grant, Amber Johnson, Caitlin Carnes, Anne-Louise Mullen, Dominique Ray, Liz Roswell, Bertha Villa, Jen Schillingberg, Vanessa Zermeno, Brianna Tong, Cassie Witt, Patricia Ignacio, Darcy Shelman, Ella Bird, Jasmine Brett, Rihanna DeGraff, Haley's sister, Casey Gerhart, who also was a grader for our trivia game.
Shout out.
Holla Holla, Casey. Thank
You're a
you.
real one.
Truly. Jacob Grimm, Alex Hausman, Irresplendence, Jessica Labrizzi, Montana Miller, Sarah Joe, The Millennial Freelancer, Bonnie, Katie Tingy, Kiel Haley, Fifi Mar, Megan, Emily Ronquillo, Brooke Tara, Keenan Noriega, Slim Rubic Ertz, Charlie Needles, Kathleen Harlow, Kristen Knight, Lisa Ridnor, Christine Giersvik, Kirsten McNally, Joanna Van Tyne, Robin Alina Weir, Kathleen D, Clarissa Thomas, Olivia Elliott, Jess Acton, Ray, Sam Newkirch, Jessica Taylor, Phantoms Forever, Tara Smith, Gigi, Jennifer Tashina, Allison Morris, Lucy Tima, Becky Hyde, Olivia Hamilton, Karen Islas, FT Wills, Layla Maddie, Sally from Melbourne, Evan Gorey, Sylvia, Michaela Zekmandova, Sage Ferris, Nicholas Reed, Emma Wilson, Kelly Vincent, Stephanie Diaz, Fjolnir Thor Andersson, Christina Sinkovec, Lena Mueller, the Self-Worth Habit YouTube channel, Amelia Remus, Siobhan Sweeney, Butterscotch Collins, Kiora Engelman, Sophie Clemmy, Jay, Joe Scullery, and Shaw Backhouse. Thank you guys so much for supporting our podcast.
Wow. That took almost 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Wow, that's a lot less time than I thought it was.
And we took time talking in between that we normally don't take, so
I know. I feel like I had a good clip going
Yeah.
that time.
it was good.
Haley,
Yes.
what if people want to talk to us? What can they do?
Oh boy, they can find us on the socials, Twitter and Instagram at Chemical Fancast, Facebook, My Chemical Fancast, and email us words and things at mychemicalfancast@gmail.com.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank you, Charlie Needles, for submitting your idea for this patron episode. If you are a $10 or more patron, let us know your ideas and also schedule time to have you on the podcast. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us for this sweet little episode. Coronavirus is peaking in some places, but still be careful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If we all do what we did before, then we're just going to be fucked over again. So
Yeah.
let's try not doing that. Let's try being cautious.
Please be smart.
Be smart. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.